How's it going? I wanted to make a video on how to become a better player. Anyways, I figured I'd start by showing my stats. I've been playing 3.5 weeks. Here's my wins: 2 with squad, 5 with duo, 1 with solo. So that way you know where I'm coming from, and these are some things I picked up in the last 3.5 weeks I've started playing. Anyways, I pick a female. I know it sounds strange, I just started doing that. I figured she's got a slightly smaller frame, so maybe I'll take a few less bullets. The next thing is general sensitivity. Crank that up to 10. You're playing against people who aren't using a controller, using a Zim 3. You need to be as fast as they are, as fast as you can be. Next tip, always shut the door behind you. The third tip, whenever I'm looting a building, is I loot in a circle. I'll always go left, or I'll always go right. And that way it helps me clear out an entire building without having missed anything. Now, I don't shut the doors when I get on the inside. It doesn't really matter that much to me. But I want people, if they come in, that they're going to think that they're coming into an empty building. I might get the upper hand. Anyways, I pause here because I'm thinking someone's coming after me. I know someone's in that building. I only have a pistol, and I don't want to engage someone with a pistol. Never engage anyone with a pistol. It's not worth it. You're going to probably get killed. Pistol is just a last resort. Actually, I drop the pistol as soon as I get a machine gun because I just don't want it in my bag. I don't want to carry that stuff. Alright, I'm going to go back to the door. Look at the way this door is open. It's open going inside. Someone came in here, and this one, someone went out there. So I know that somebody came in this building on one door and went out this way, and I know which way they're headed. So just think of that sometimes. Whenever you're looking at doors, which way are they open to? I'll give you a little hint. I see this door is open inward, so someone's inside there. So I avoid it because I still have the pistol. I don't want to mess with that. Trying to get around, get in front of whoever this is, get something. In case I have to engage them, I want some kind of an automatic rifle. I go in here. I think I've gotten ahead of them, but I hear some footsteps, which leads me to my next tip. Get some stinking headphones. This game does not tell you where your shots, where you're being hit from, which is really cool. It's very realistic, but you've got to have some kind of headphones so you know where you're being hit from, or maybe you can find people a little faster. Anyways, I want to show you this part. I step into this building, but watch what I do. I shut this door, and this is a huge thing for me. Because the guy who walks in next, he thinks that this is an empty building, and he's let his guard down. Anyways, I finally get the machine gun I'm waiting for. I wanted to, I take a moment here to get my stuff. Actually, when you loot, go ahead and use that select button. I don't know what it's called now, but do that to loot. If you unless you just want to hit the X button, but sometimes you can, be a little bit more selective, be a little faster. The faster you loot, the better you'll be. So I hear something here. Like I said, get some stinking headphones. That's a huge tip. It makes such a big difference in this game. I see this guy coming up. I wanted to shut some more doors, but I was like, you know what? I just don't have time. I wanted to set my ambush, and it works perfectly. He starts running around the house thinking it's completely empty, and this should have been his clue that this door was open, but he falls for it anyways. I try to move up a little bit so I get closer to a headshot. I should have moved up a little higher probably. And he steps into the trap. Doesn't even pay attention. He's just gone. Grab what I need to grab. And I hear some other steps. Now, right there, you see the front door was open? I leave my doors shut. So I know somebody's in here. I know I don't hear the footsteps, so he must have seen me. So I kind of peek back out. Boom, there he is. Get another kill. He threw some crap at me. Anyways, shut the doors. That's 2 kills right there. Alright, my next tip is huge. It's how to find a vehicle. Because if you can find a vehicle, you can land anywhere on the island. You can get away from the big crowds, find the guns you need to be ready for the fights. The vehicles are going to be on the roads. I always parachute near a road because the road is going to have a vehicle. You get the vehicle, you're going to make it to the top 50 almost every single time. So get on the roads, find a vehicle. Alright, this part of my video I don't have a great tip for, but I did want to show it. I pulled up to this little town to see, is there any loot here? All the doors are shut, so I look in this little window. I don't see a lot. This door is shut. I was about to shut it. I think I did, actually. Look at this one, but there's no loot. Like, where's the loot? So I figured there's got to be an ambush going on here. So this just, I know something is strange about this place. I go back outside, and I did hear something, so I'm like, okay, you know what? Just, I don't know. This feels odd. So I'm kind of walking around, hesitating. When I get back in my Jeep, then I see this door open right there. There it is. So that guy steps out. I can kind of see his head, but I figure I'm going to use the sound against this guy. So I'm going to act like I'm driving away, but then I want to double back and see if I can get him. So I figured he'd be coming around, but he actually doubled back himself. So I'm able to use the wall to see him and get an easy kill here. So that's my tip, use your sound. Oh, also, I don't know if you saw, my Jeep's parked right outside. I go in this little building. If you ever see a Jeep parked outside of any building and it's not on the road, somebody is probably in that building. We got a guy who's going to pull up in a second. He obviously knows this and figures it out. Here he is. He pulls up. It's interesting. He doesn't really just come right out and engage me. I don't know what he was thinking here. It was kind of odd. So I decide, you know what? He's going to have to engage me if he doesn't have a doom buggy. So maybe let's just try to blow it up or blow him up. I figure one little grenade throw is not going to hurt anything. So I'm about to step around, do my plan. There we go. I still have yet to get a grenade kill, so I kind of want to do it. And he starts shooting at me. Oh, I must have hurt him because I don't understand this. He actually starts coming at me. I don't know why he would do that. So I'll get the upper hand on him. Got a little lucky. I kind of tripped on those steps. Alright, back to shutting the door. Always shut the door. I get into this little building, kind of surveying my situation, trying to figure out where is it that I want to go. I usually don't ever leave unless I've already looked at the map and I've picked a spot dead center in the map that has a little bit of cover. I was doing that. You can see where I picked my spot on the map, but then I changed it mid-route and came here because that spot I had picked was actually a tower on top of the hill, and there was a gunfight going on up there. And I hate just jumping out of the vehicle and trying to get involved in a gunfight. So I moved down. I like the smaller buildings. The smaller the building, the easier it is to defend. And if you don't have a lot of ways in or out, that's better. This isn't my ideal building that I would pick to defend for just a few moments. And when I say defend, it's just I want to see where is the next circle going to drop down to. I don't need to go running around out there on foot and getting myself killed. So I'm just kind of waiting and seeing where is that circle going to pop up at. That's a huge tip, is if you can kind of predict where the circle is going to go, like you can be in the right place at the right time to get that chicken dinner. And then if a couple people pick themselves off, that's fine too. So I did see people up on the hill, that's why I keep looking up there. Anytime you're going to get into the menu, like, take a step back. Get into a safe place. Lay down on the grass if you have to. Go into your menu. Do what you got to do. I'm right here. That's what I was waiting for. I know I was going to be looking at this map for a while. I was trying to figure out where's the next best place to be to finish this. Go ahead and pop my energy drinks. Another great tip coming up right here. Whenever I get to the top 10, top 15, I'll take all my energy drinks that I've got. That's usually when I'll try to load up on them. Drop the backpack. Drop your non-essentials. Because if you have to low crawl in the grass, and obviously I'm going to have to. I just looked at the circle. another reason to shut the doors. That guy thought he was totally safe. He was in a safe house. Boom. He wasn't even looking the right way. Anyway, shut your doors. So I think that's my third kill just for shutting the doors. So I figured I'd go ahead and take his energy drink too. But I am getting rid of my backpack and everything because I know I'm going to be in the grass low crawling. So I don't want my backpack to be the reason that I don't win the game. And obviously I don't need that much ammo now. I mean, it's kind of, you know, either I'm going to hit them or I'm not. So, and I usually wouldn't take a vehicle. I usually never recommend to take a vehicle when you're in the top 10, but that circle was right on my butt. And it was actually still a fairly large white circle for the next spot. So I do abandon it pretty quick whenever I'm safe here. The smaller the circle gets, the blue force field, whatever it's called, gets stronger itself. So you know, it doesn't hurt so much on the very first time that it condenses down. But right now, if I was in that area, it would hurt. It would be pretty significant. Anyways, I'm trying to use my sound here. So like I said, get some stinking cheap headphones if you've got to. You need those headphones. Those are huge. Good headphones, high sensitivity on your controller. So another tip as I'm about to do is I don't just come right over the top of the hill. I'll kind of come around the side, and I eventually will just have to come over the top of the hill. I just know I want to peek up there, you know, is anybody around that vehicle? But from a distance, the way the redraw works with the grass is if you sit right on the top of the hill and there's no grass there, people can see a little dark spot just sitting on top of the hill. So I come over the top, but I try and, you know, go a little quickly so it's not, so I'm not just a little black spot if there's no grass for the person down in the valley. So I'm also noticing, alright, there's two people left. Obviously there's one guy in the dune buggy driving around like an idiot. The other person is pretty clever. I want that other person to shoot him in the dune buggy so I'll know where he's at. That's another reason I'm not engaging him. Anyway, so I am waiting. I'm waiting. I see, oh, he's starting to head towards me. Maybe he did spot me and he's just going to try and come run over me. So that's why I take him out right here. Otherwise, I would have just let him keep driving around to find the last guy for me. But I really have a strong sensation, and this is probably where I make my biggest mistake, is I feel like the last guy is down the valley, and he's got to be behind the trees. He's probably in the shadow. If I had shadow, I'd be there. You know, usually people pick cover to hide in at this point. You know, they're going to pick the bushes, they're going to pick the shade, they're going to pick the trees. So I know I've got the perfect situation. I can look down, I can see everything. I just like, where is this guy? But maybe I got a little too relaxed, because I do not win this, unfortunately. Trying to think, I had another tip. Anyways, we'll just let this play out. Whatever he does a good job, because he sneaks up on me and I don't hear him. I mean, I do at the last second kind of spot something. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and let these last few seconds play out. I hope these tips have helped you guys. Hope you've learned a little bit of something. If you have any questions or comments, just, you know, go ahead and post it. If you have any other ideas for videos, I'll make those for you. If you would like to see something, let me know. I'll see what I can do. Yeah, it's just a couple seconds left. He's about to come up on the left. There he is. Boom, he gets the last shot, and I'm out. Anyways, take care.